wants to know how much would be the cost. So basically, John is trying to crush some candies, and there is some cost associated with crushing the candies. Now, in what manner he is crushing? Let us first take this question to the whiteboard. Let us analyze it and then start working towards the approach. And in this question, the input will be the number of candies that he's having. And we have to find the cost associated with crushing the candies. So these kind of questions will be given for you when recursion concept will be applied. See. See, so there are how many candies? N candies. Now he's telling that he would crush the candies randomly. So like one option, for example, if you're given some candies and your job is to just crush them, how will you do? You can start them randomly. But John comes up with an idea, some approach, like the way he wants to crush them. He says that he will divide them into groups of three candies. So he will divide them into three groups. 3 candies group. Matlab, the number of groups will not be 3. The candies in one group will be 3. So 3 he will like put side and then he will crush. Then he says he crushes one candy from each group. If there are G groups in a single step, then the cost incurred by the crushing the candy will be G dollars. Now this is the point we have to understand one. Let's say N is 9. That is 9 candies are given to you. Now what John will do? He will make groups of 3. So 3, 3, 3. Right? So first group will have, this is group 1, this is group 2, this is group 3. Now from this, he will crush every one candy from each group. So how much will be remaining? 2. From here also 1 he will crush, so 2. Here also he will crush 2. Till here, but are you understanding what we are trying to do? Yes or no in the chat? Yes, guys? Okay. Now, let's see what is the next part. Now they're telling that if John is crushing like this, the cost of crushing one candy, right? Like here also he has crushed one candy, here also he has crushed one candy. Cost of crushing one candy will be equal to number of groups. So, okay, how many number of groups are there at this time? 3. So what is the cost of this crushing candy? Cost is 3. Here the cost is 3. Here the cost is 3. Right? So what is the total cost? 9. Right? 3 plus 3 plus 3. Right? So let me get the input also so that we don't misunderstand the question at any step. Maybe we have misunderstood somewhere. This is a very, here the candies are given sometimes, robbery. You will ask, they will be given like, for example, the same statement can be changed into a robber is there, he's trying to rob one gold coin from each house. These kind of variations are there. Concept will remain same for this kind of problem. Now see. Now let me read it again. See beta, अभी हम लोगों ने क्या किया है? Number of groups निकाले हैं. So we can say that number of candies is equal to number of dollars. Yes, you are right. Now we have said number of groups. यहाँ पे multiply 9 कर दिया ना. This is not correct. I think this we have misunderstood. Let us see again. Here they are telling if there are G groups in a single step, then the cost incurred by crushing the single candy for that step will be G dollars. So let us see. Here they are telling, let's say, how many are there? Let us, for this, they have given the explanation in the input also. Let me change it, scroll it down. Now, guys, for these kind of questions, especially when you have a question where a lengthy explanation is there and when they have given an output, custom output with the explanation. So as whenever you go for interviews, you should analyze the explanation given in the output also. Otherwise, what is the problem is what you can miss out on certain information. Let me just check whatever we have understood. I am thinking whether it should be 3 plus 3 plus 3 or whether it should be just 3. So let us see. So here they're telling first, okay, they have taken n value as 4. So John would have 4 candies would have been divided by 3 and 1. So 2 groups would have been there. So crushing one candy from both the groups would cost 2 into 2. So we are correct. So it was 3 plus 3 plus 3. That is 3 into 3, 9. So this understanding is correct. Now, once you are sure whether your approach is correct or not, then only start to go towards implementation. Let me explain once more. See. So what we have done is here. So here n value is 9. One more value we will take, n value is 4. Tell me guys, 9 candies can be divided into 3, 3, 3. And we will be crushing 1. So from each group. So how many will be left? 2, 2, 2. And how many groups were there? 3. So cost of crushing 1 candy will be what? 3. So total cost will be what? 3 into 3. Why? Because 3 candies you have crushed. So till now 9. But how many candies are left after that? Left 6. So 6 can be again divided into group of 3, 3. Now they will again crush 1, 1. How many groups are there here? 2. So cost of crushing 1 candy will be 2. And how many you have crushed here? 2. So 2 into 2, 4. Total cost is 2 at this step. Now how many are left? 4. So 4 can be again divided into group of 3 and 1. Here also how many groups are there? 2. This will be remaining. This will be 0. Now it will be what? 2 into 2, 4. So till now we have gotten cost of 9. Then we have gotten cost of 4. Then again 4. Now how many remaining? 2. We'll solve this after this. Now remaining candies are what? 2. Now this cannot be divided into groups of 3. Only 2 candies are there. So we'll divide, this will be only one group. Here we will crush 1. So number of group was what? 1. So cost of crushing 1 candy will be what? 1. Now how many candies are remaining? 1. Number of groups are what? 1. So total cost is what? 1. So now how much is the total cost? Let us see. First step we got 9. Then we got 4. Then we got 4 again. And then we got 1. And then we got 1. So what is it? 8 plus 2. Tell me, 19? Yes. I don't know what is the output. I think 19 only. So this is the way. Now can you see guys, in this question there is some pattern which is going on. So let us and try to understand the pattern. We started with 9 candies. We said 3, 3, 3. So first step is dividing into groups of 3. And then subtracting 1 from each group. So this is what 2, 2, 2. Now calculating cost. How? Number of groups. Tell me guys, number of groups, if 3, how many candies will be crushed at this step? How many candies would have been crushed at this step? 3. That is equals to number of groups only, right? Because from every group, we are crushing 1 candy. So this will be equal to 2. This is 3. And tell me what is the cost of crushing the candies? That is also number of groups only. So can we write total cost is this at one particular step we are thinking. So can we say that total cost will be G square, where G is the number of groups, right? So here what is it? 3 square, 9, right? Now what are the remaining candies? 6. So again we will first do the step, divide into 3 groups, then subtract. Okay. Now what is the total cost at this step? G square. How many groups are there? 2. 2 square, 4. Then how many are remaining? 4. Now comes, we will divide into group of 3. How many groups are there? 3, 1. So G is 2. So G square cost is again 4. Now how many are remaining? 2. Now we'll again divide by 3. Now comes the cost. Now group, actually if you do divide by 3 beta, your number of groups at this step will be 0. But that is a catch here. Even though there are only 2 candies remaining, still one group will be active here. Yes or no? This is the base condition for your recursion solution. Every time what you will do, you will divide the number of candies into groups. And once you do that, you will be able to find the cost of candies and number of candies also crushed here. Because every time when you're doing this, your number of candies crushed will be equal to the cost of the total costs into. But whenever n is less than 3, that time you cannot consider that number of group will be 0. No. Why? Because even though 2 candies are there, still one group is active, right? And even if one candy is there, then also one group is there. You have to crush that. For that, cost will be 1. So how to write that? Let's see. When you divide n by 3, it gives you number of groups. Let's say if n equals to 1 and n equals to 2, can I say that it is also number of group is 1 and number of group is 1? Yes. So if I write down like this, then what will happen? Tell me, guys. So let's see. N value is 3. Then what will happen? 3 minus 1 by 3 plus 1. So it will be 1 because this will be 0. Now 1 minus 1 by 3 plus 1. This will be 0 for n equals to 1. For n equals to 2, it will be 1 by 3 plus 1. Right? So you can write a general formula for calculating the number of groups. Right? And if number of groups is this will be equal to the number of candies crushed at each step. Right? Because from every group we are taking one candy. So how many remaining candies will be there? n minus 1 by 3 plus 1. Right? So let us try to solve this question. One second. Let me share my screen. Let me reset it. Okay. So here, let's see what is the input. Here they're telling you have to take answer with query. Can you help me? Okay. So we have to take input of the number of test cases also. Okay. Javed, yes, but you can do that. But for n equals to 1 and n equals to 2, you will have to write a special condition, like if n equals to 1, because this formula will fail for that. Or you can try it out. Maybe this is also possible. Scanner, scan, new, scanner. Oh, double S is there. Thanks for pointing out. Corrected. See guys, now what we'll do, we'll calculate the answer. So first we'll calculate the number of groups. Equals to what? N minus 1 by 3 plus 1. Now total cost will be what? Now guys, tell me, if I have to do this process again and again, shouldn't I write a function? Can you explain that? Yes, the explanation is very simple, Jeremy. See guys, when you put the value of n, anything which is less than 3. Okay, what will be the answer here? 1. So that is what we want to do. And the one more geological explanation you can think of is, this will actually reduce to, let me show you. See, when we write n minus 1 by 3 plus 1, this becomes n plus 2 by 3. What is the what are the mod values that you can give when you do anything x mod 3? 0, 1, 2. Yes or no? Yes. So for minimum value, even if what is the maximum mod value? This. That is the reason we can add here, because we are worried for the values where n equals to 0, n equals to 1, and n equals to 2. Actually 0 you can omit because the answer will be 0 only for that case. Here if n is equals to 1, you should get one group at least. So when you substitute the value of n here, so it becomes 3 by 3, it is 1. When you substitute the value of 2 here, it becomes 2 plus 2 by 3, 4 by 3 equals to 1 here. That is the reason. If here it was, let's say we were dividing into groups of 4, then what will happen? Then also you will derive at certain value till the point n value is 1, 2 or 3. For this you should get number of groups to be 1. So you have to arrive at the formula depending upon the maximum mod value. So here it will be n minus 1 plus what you call 4 will be there, right? So 3, 1. So then also it will work. That is the reason. Okay, going back. Now, anyway, our point was to apply recursion here. So what I will do, instead of writing this here, I will write a recursive function call. And I will cut this line. And let's say I get the answer from that function. Equals to calculate. I'm writing the function name as calculate. You can name it anything. And here you will pass the value of n. System dot out dot println total cost So here we'll write this, then now guys, should we not do something like this? That this at this step, the cost will be number of groups into number of groups. But what about the cost of crushing remaining candies? So we can say calculate n minus number of groups. Yes or no? And then we can say return total cost. Right? Okay. Return ki spelling. One second, let me correct. Okay. So this is how recursion is getting into picture. Calculation, everything is simple. Only the thing is, for the remaining candies also we have to do the same process. So we will call a function. And whatever cost we are getting, we are going to add it again and again. Let us run this program once and see. One error is there. Let us see. Stack overflow. Tell me guys, what should be the base condition here? Tell me. Can I write if n less than equal to 0, then we can say return 0. Will it work? Let's see. Let's see what is the output. 6 and 19. Let me see whether it is 6 and 19. Or should we write the condition as less than equals to 3? But for less than Javed has still less than 3. If there is one candy or two candy, let's say n value is 1, that is also less than 3. But in that case, the cost is not 0, cost is 1. So we cannot run that, have that situation here. Let us run this and see what other the test case is passing or not. Newton's, this dashboard is running slow today. TLE is coming. Tell me guys, what is the reason for TLE? Tell me what should be the status here? Why it is going for TLE? Remember? In TLE explanation is not given. Okay. See guys, first let me explain what is TLE. Then we'll come back to this. See what will be happening. How many of you know what is TLE? No problem. No problem. I'll explain from starting. See, beta, what will be happening? Let's say you submit some program. Okay. Let's say you have written some program, and what will happen? Let's say it is not necessary that your solution is wrong or your program is producing wrong output. No. Let's say your program runs and it runs for a particular set of inputs. Like you see test cases like test case 1, test case 2 for all of them. Now, all of these test cases are supposed to be completing in certain time period. That is, they should not go beyond, let's say 1 millisecond, 2 millisecond. Now, let's say the algorithm, what you wrote, was slightly slower. That is, time complexity was, let's say, n square. Now, when the time complexity was n square, your program not lengthy. The time complexity is more. And you are expected to write a solution of order of n time complexity. Then obviously, your program will run more than the expected time and you will be getting a TLE exception. Remember, TLE can happen in this case also, and also in the case when you are running an infinite loop. Sometimes infinite loop. Just like the game, just like a game timer running. Yes, you can say. So first option when you get a TLE is to check whether you are getting an infinite loop or not. If not, then what are the whether you can optimize your solution further. These are the two things. Okay. So let us go back to our solution and try to think of it. Let me show you that. 1 second. Now there are a couple of ways to mitigate this error. Where is it? Let me here. Wherever you are calling the function, you can directly print inside the println. That is one optimization you can straight away do. Other than that, what we can do is, see, here we are writing like this, and here I will be returning directly. Because no, I cannot see any other optimization. We do not have a loop. We do not have anything else. So let's see. Then what else we can have? Okay. अरे ये क्या है? And let me change it to long. Not that it is required, but still. Sometimes it can be the server issue also, not necessarily with our solution. Okay, so now we are getting 2 test cases wrong answer and 1 TLE, and let's see what is the problem here. So let us analyze. Let us go to the board and we'll try. Now, guys, why we this exercise we are doing is for your session. Are there any code along sessions that has happened? Normally, some code along sessions will be there with the DSA classes. Code along session is there. We should check less than one. Yes, we will do, Javed. We will check. Here only I will show you. No. Okay. Not there. Okay. This is what a code along session usually looks like. We will be starting to work with a solution. And till the point we are able to pass all the test cases, beta, we'll be coming back and correcting this. So this is like something like you have to code along with the person who's teaching. So this helps you in logic building. That is the agenda. You must be thinking why we are doing again and again, just to teach you how to come up with the logic. That is the agenda here. Now see, let's say, now we are getting TLE and wrong answer. Now tell me, what do we get if n value is 0? If we execute this program, we will be getting the answer 0. This is as expected. What is n value is 1? Then it will come here. Number of groups will be what? 1. So return 1 into 1. And this will be what? Calculate of 0. This will be 0. So it will be 1. What about n equals to 2? It will come here and it will calculate number of group will be 1. Tell me, so what it will be? 1 into 1 plus calculate CL, right? So here it will be what? 1, and this will be again 1. So it will be what? 1. Now for n equals to 3, what will happen? Here it will come. Number of groups will be again what? 1. So 1 into 1 plus calculate 2. It should be actually 2 here. So it will be 2. Why? Because from n equals to 2, we have just seen. So you can conclude. Now, what if n value is, let's say, 6? Now we'll get number of groups at 2. Now what will happen? So it will be 2 into 2 plus calculate of 6 minus 4. So calculate of 4. Now tell me what should be the answer here. So I think this question is okay. Let me just do one thing. Let me just check from their portal whether their values are correct or not. 1 second. Let me go back and see what are the test cases they have been testing with. 1 second. I think for you guys, the test cases values are not accessible, right? Yeah, okay. No worries. Then I think, beta, this is not our issue. Let me go back. Okay. I'll do one thing. I'll check with the team why what is happening. Sometimes this can be a server issue, not with our solution only. This question I have solved for many batches, so I'm sure that this is not the issue with the question. So we'll come back again. Tomorrow, again, I'll execute and show you this. So perfect. Not this is slightly tricky question. Sometimes earlier also we faced the issue with the input output. Well, I'll ask them to check. Is it okay, guys? Shall we move on to the next topic? I want to show you recursion with merge sort and quick sort. Okay. But tomorrow, just remind me to, check. I'll post this as ASAP. We'll get this corrected. Anyway, for you, your batch, this question is not active right now, right? Okay. Now, guys, for today's session, there are two options for you. What do you want to do first? First, you want to continue with merge sort, quick sort, or do you want me to solve any particular assignment? Anything we can do together today. I'm not sure what is the assignment. Okay, then we'll start with assignment. Everyone in favor of assignment? Merge sort. Somebody tell me whatever maximum I will see in the responses, that only I will do. Yeah, last time also we were not able to do assignment. That is why I'm asking. Okay, then we will do assignment. Then tomorrow we will do merge sort, quick sort completion. Most of the code we have completed. Hardly it will take 15-20 minutes. So let us use our 1 hour for assignment questions. Tell me which assignment question you want me to go first. This 20 question, first one, JDK setup, this first question where student grades, I'm trying to move my cursor here. See, this one? Yes? Okay, let's start this. I think some questions we had done in this, no. So we'll start from the first one. अच्छा, बताओ बेटा, लास्ट से स्टार्ट करना है या फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन से स्टार्ट करना है? थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन से स्टार्ट करें? क्वेश्चन नंबर 22 से स्टार्ट करें? Okay. So we will work bottom up. Perfect. Let's see. So in this question, they are telling somewhere at a point. I hope everyone has read the question. If anybody has not done it, solve with me right now so that you can be done with your assignments. So pending नहीं रहेगा कुछ भी फिर. Somewhere at some point there was or will be a vehicular traveling system with where 1 kilometer is the basic unit of traversal. That is, a vehicle can either stay or can travel, which is a multiple of 1 kilometer. So we cannot have decimal speeds नहीं होगा. मतलब 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer, 3 kilometer ऐसे valid units हैं. During the age of this system, there is a traffic policeman who stands at the intersection of 4 roads. ठीक है? Due to the development in the city, there are few barriers placed on some roads at some distance from the intersection point. ठीक है? Barriers भी हैं. Now measurements are according to Cartesian coordinate. Cartesian coordinates means x or y coordinates दे रखे होंगे. Each unit will represent a kilometer. You enter into the system and are provided with a coordinate of the intersection point and the maximum distance north a vehicle can cover, maximum east and the coordinates of the barrier. ठीक है. पहले एक बार input देखते हैं, फिर थोड़ा और समझ में आएगा. तो example एक बार copy कर लेते हैं. इसको पूरा कॉपी करते हैं, व्हाइट बोर्ड चलते हैं. ठीक है. So here let's say something will be like this. हम लोग एक 0 0 से बना लेते हैं. And now 4 3. So let's say this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. And everything will be in units of 1 1 1. मतलब 1 1 का डिस्टेंस होगा. तो ये वाला हो गया पॉइंट 4 3. Now maximum distance north is 8 kilometer. Maximum distance east is 8 kilometer. Barrier coordinates are 1 3 4 6 5 3. So barrier coordinates first we will draw. So what is it? 1 3. इधर है. Correct. Then the other barrier is 4 6. So let me draw it. Rough drawing it just to understand the question. Another barrier is here, 4 6. Another barrier is 5 3. Here, somewhere here. Let me. Correct. Now, let's see what is there in the input. एक बार input output देख लेते हैं. Now we have to give the output of the distance for the police in the area. Now they're telling 6 kilometer should be your output. Now let us go and revisit how 6 kilometer. See, they're telling measurements are according to the Cartesian enter system and provided with a coordinate of intersection, maximum distance north a vehicle can cover and eastern distance and the coordinates of the barrier. You have to tell the sum of kilometers in which policeman has the vicinity. Now guys, what do you mean by policeman has a vicinity? Now he has to stand somewhere and some areas are to be guarded. This is like a particular system. Now once you see this, let me go back to the map. Now tell me, where is the intersection point? कितना है distance? Tell me guys. 4 3. Perfect. So now how much he can go north? What is the maximum north distance? That is 8 kilometers, right? And what is the maximum eastern distance? That is again 8 kilometers. And these are the barriers. This is the intersection. So he can go till this distance 3. And what is the distance from here to here? This is 4 minus 1. 3. How much is this? 6 minus 3. How much is this? 3. So isn't it in any direction, either you go northwards or you go horizontally or vertically, the distance is how much? 6, right? नहीं 8 नहीं है बेटा, कैलकुलेशन देखो, right? So how do we come about calculation this? How do we calculate this? Very simple. For all the entries that we are having, all the entries, that is your, first of all, your maximum vicinity means your, you can say vicinity मतलब जितना भी area है उसके surrounding में, वो है उसका meaning. Okay, now tell me guys, is the meaning of question clear, yes or no? Yes, area provided to the policeman, yes. Is the meaning of question clear? थोड़ा समझ में आया visual से या नहीं? Okay, once more. See guys, what we are given the intersection point. Yes or no? अभी ठीक है. उसके बाद हमें क्या दे रखा है? Distance that he can maximum covered eastwards and the distance he can cover maximum northwards and eastward. मतलब up direction में और eastward direction में. But there are some barriers associated with that. Till that point only he'll be able to see, right? Now, if you want to calculate, how we will calculate? We will do one thing, very simple. We will first enter and check what are the maximum distance from that intersection to the maximum barrier on the line. And then on all the two barriers will be given, you will be checking from there. And whatever is the maximum horizontal or eastward distance, that will be your vicinity area. Basically, you have to do right minus the left point and up minus the down point. Only इतना ही logic है. Fancy language में लिखा है, उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. The main thing is you should know where you are standing and till what point you can cover. That's it. ठीक है, तो how do we get started with the coding? Like solving like this, thinking like this is easy. How do we get started with the solution? Let us try to first take the input only, because first of all, first step is to understand how to take input only. So let me show you. Where are we? 4 minus 1 is 3 beta. In graph, what is 4? Distance between that. Let me show you. See, what was the point here? This they are telling 1,3. So what is this horizontal distance? कितना है यहाँ पे? ये point है 4. ये point है 1 का distance. So इसके बीच में कितना distance हो गया? 4 minus 1. तो इसीलिए यहाँ पे लिखा है. तो देख, is it clear? Okay. Now guys, let me show you the input also. In what format you have to take input. They are telling in the input, first line contains two integers denoting maximum north and east distance. Second distance line is two integers denoting coordinate of the intersection. Third line contains k integer denoting the number of barriers. And next line contains the barrier k coordinates. So let me explain with this input. And why this maximum distance is given, this also I will tell you, because till that point only you have to check, nothing more than that. See, this is a difficult question, so don't worry if you are not getting in one go. Fine, it's fine. This is the maximum eastward. If I'm not wrong, this is maximum northward. I will check whether this is the sequence only. Then this is the intersection. that is 4, 3. Basically x is 4, y is 3. Now number of barriers. कितने हैं barriers? 3. So what are the coordinates? पहले के coordinate हो गए 1, 3, 4, 6, 5, 3. Now tell me, even though, for example, in a map, they can go till 8 and here also till 8. Maximum eastward means upwards and maximum north eastward means here, northward means here. But till what we have to keep in check? Till the point of barriers only we have to check, right? तो इसीलिए barriers की coordinate भी दे रखे हैं. ठीक है? Now this is the same question for which we had drawn the graph. Now we have to calculate कि policeman को कितने area के लिए हमें check vicinity होगा उसका. So let us go back to the question. Everyone, बेटा input का sequence समझ में आया सबको? Now we have to decide how to take input. So we have to capture the coordinates of everything. So let's say okay. So first we will write down this and let me get you. We will use scanner only, nothing fancy. So first we will take the north. अच्छा first entry जो है northward की है, उसके बाद eastward की है. So we will write scanner. Scan equals to new scanner. System.in and then we are going to take maximum northward. तो n ले लेते हैं. Scan dot next int. Then next maximum eastward. So e ले लेते हैं. Scan dot next int. And then what is that? We have to take the intersection का ना. So x and y ले लेते हैं. Scan dot next int. Int y equals to scan dot next int. Now we will take the number of barriers. Let's say k. Scan dot next int. ये है number of barriers. Now since we have to take the number of barriers, for what we can do, we will start a loop because this many pairs will be there. K pairs will be there. Okay. Now in your batch I have taken 1D array, right guys? We have covered 1D array. Yes or no? तभी तो sorting वगैरह पढ़नी start करी थी सब ना. तो अभी what I'll show you, I will take a array but this will be having 2D, like a matrix will be taking. Basically what I want to store, all the barriers x and y coordinates I want to store. So how many barriers are there? K. And for every barrier, what are the coordinates that we have to store? X and y, 2 coordinates. So let me write down. Let's say I declare a matrix like this, new int k and 2. So it is like a table of k rows and 2 columns. Okay. This is to store barrier coordinates. Okay, tell me guys, till this point everyone is following? अभी तक कोई problem तो नहीं है? Okay. Now what I will do, I will write a for loop. Int I equals to 0, I less than k, I plus plus, and we'll take the input. We'll take int, let's say a equals to scan dot next int b, let's say scan dot next int. Now tell me guys, this now let's say first we have read the, whenever this loop will execute for the first time, first barriers x and y coordinates you will get. Now what if here that it is overlapping with your intersection point, then what you will do? Tell me. बेटा बाउंड्री फाइंड करनी है तो एक बार चलते हैं हम लोग फिर से एक एग्जांपल लेते हैं. यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा छोटा ड्रॉ करती हूँ. किशोर इज टेलिंग नो. ओके किशोर, व्हाट पार्ट? बेटा इनपुट आउटपुट लेने में क्या प्रॉब्लम है अभी तक, ये बता दो. लेट मी अनम्यूट किशोर, 1 सेकेंड. थोड़ा सा डिफिकल्ट है बट ठीक है, वील, दैट इज व्हाई वी आर सॉल्विंग इन क्लास. लेट मी अनम्यूट किशोर, इफ इट इज ओके. किशोर प्लीज बी लाइक अ वॉलंटियर एंड एक्सप्लेन कहाँ पे कंफ्यूजन है. बस इनपुट लिया है, अभी अप्रोच स्टार्ट नहीं किया है. माइक इशू, ओके. बट अभी अप्रोच नहीं किया है हमने, जस्ट इनपुट आउटपुट लेना सिखाया है इस क्वेश्चन के लिए कि कैसे इनपुट लेंगे. तो जो भी है प्लीज लिख देना डाउट में, मैं आई ट्राई टू एक्सप्लेन. तो अभी एक बार इसको ड्रॉ करते हैं और डिफरेंट डिफरेंट यूज केसेस के बारे में विल थिंक अबाउट कि लेट्स से बैरियर एंड इंटरसेक्शन एट द सेम पॉइंट, या फिर दे आर एट सेम एक्स कोऑर्डिनेट सेम है, वाई कोऑर्डिनेट सेम है, तो क्या करेंगे. केस बाय केस वी विल एनालाइज. सो लेट मी मार्क 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. ओके, वी आर इंटरसेक्शन इज 4,3, तो मतलब ये वाला पॉइंट. ओके, नाउ मैक्सिमम इज 8 यहाँ पे और यहाँ पे. तो मतलब क्या है, तुम्हारे को यही वाले एरिया में कॉन्सेंट्रेट करना है. और बेटा दिस क्वेश्चन इज अ वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन, आस्क्ड इन अमेजॉन आल्सो, गूगल आल्सो. सो दिस इज अ गुड क्वेश्चन टू गेट स्टार्टेड योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग विद कि किस तरह के क्वेश्चंस आएंगे अगर इफ यू गाइस आर इंटरेस्टेड इन प्रोडक्ट बेस्ड कंपनीज. So see guys, now what will happen after this? We have three barriers. So first we have written the for loop for this, I equals to 0 to I equals to k minus 1 तक जाएगा, I less than k कंडीशन लिखी थी. तो फर्स्ट बैरियर क्या है, 1 3, मतलब ये, सॉरी ये उल्टा ड्रॉ कर दिया है, कोऑर्डिनेट्स उल्टे कर दिए. 1 3 here. Now tell me guys, if we know that if the police person is standing here, what maximum he can cover till this barrier only, right? So can I calculate first when you get the first barriers x and y, the what say, let me say a and b, and ये जो variable use किया x and y. So can we check whether x is equals to a or y equals to b? क्यों? So that we can see that whether they're at the same level, x horizontally or vertically, are they at the same level? So here they are at the same height, yes or no? 3 3. Tell me guys, yes or no? इतना समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? हम लोग ये क्यों चेक करेंगे? तो इसके लिए कंडीशन रखेंगे, क्यों? बिकॉज here you can directly, if they are having the same x what do you call height, or any of the coordinate is same, then you can directly get the distance, how much policemen will have to see, only this much, 3. How it is 4 minus 1, here y and y are same. Okay, so let us go, but sometimes let me write down this. And remember, whatever distance you are getting, every time that distance should be positive. Negative distance अगर subtract करके लिख रहे हो आंसर में, तो that is not accountable for. The distance between 2 points is always positive. So how we will write? First we will check if a equals to x, whether the x coordinate of both barrier and the intersection are same or not. So we will see. Now inside this we will check if our b is less than y. Why? Because b is the intersection y coordinate of your barrier and y is the y coordinate of your intersection. So अगर ये है तो हम लोग क्या करेंगे, d equals to एक डिस्टेंस वेरिएबल ले लेते हैं बाहर, 0. Now we will say d equals to b plus 1. Why we are doing plus 1? I will give you a lot of dry runs, then I will explain this point. Else, what we will say? That एक और वेरिएबल ले लेते हैं, आप इसको डाउनवर्ड डिस्टेंस कह सकते हो, आप डाउन डिस्टेंस, नाम वेरिएबल नेम्स I'll put slightly more understandable. One second. And you can say up distance. Okay. Now this is for x coordinate check. Similarly, we will check whether the barrier is having the y coordinate same or not. Else if, what is it? B equals, what you call B equal to y. Earlier we were checking for the x because barrier के coordinates क्या है, मैं यहाँ पे comment में लिख देती हूँ, A B. ठीक है. Now coming back, tell me what you will check. If A less than x, then what will happen? अभी left और right distance होगा, तो इधर लिख लेते हैं int left distance equals to 0, int right distance equal to 0. Now what we will say? If a less than x, then we will say left distance equals to a plus 1. Else, you can write right distance equals to a minus 1. Okay. Now after this, if we have done this, now what we can say? Just you can say int answer. Total distance कितना vicinity में होगा? Right distance minus left distance plus up distance minus down distance. From all the 4 directions, this much he will have to cover, that police person. Print an answer. Let me just check and see. मैम if a equal to b is, बेटा उसमें डिस्टेंस चेंज हो जाएगा ना, हमारे को बैरियर से या इंटरसेक्शन से नहीं निकालना है, हमें टोटल उससे निकालना है. अच्छा, और एक और चीज है बेटा, ये तो हो गया तुम्हारा एक चेक. Now this you have to do for all the things. So what we will do? One second, let me check. एक बार रन करके देखते हैं. Then we'll add more conditions if required. What is the output? 6 7 क्या आ रहा है? 8 compile. Okay. 7 आ रहा है, एक जगह -1 या +1 करना पड़ेगा. एक बार चेक कर लेते हैं. D डिस्टेंस लेफ्ट है, राइट है, अप है, डाउन है. यहाँ पे ओके. टेल मी गाइस, व्हाट शुड बी द अप डिस्टेंस? मैक्सिमम कितना दे रखा है हमको? टेल मी व्हाट इज इट? n, राइट, जो हमने यहाँ पे लिया है. मैक्सिमम नॉर्थवर्ड्स एंड दिस इज मैक्सिमम ईस्टवर्ड्स. इसको भी यूज करेंगे. तो लेफ्ट डिस्टेंस कितना होगा, राइट डिस्टेंस कितना होगा मैक्सिमम? e. तो इसको लिख दो e. लेट मी रन इट. यस, तो इस इंफॉर्मेशन को भी यूज कर लिया. और क्या रख सकते हैं? डिस्टेंस, डाउन डिस्टेंस को तुम लोग 0 की जगह 1 रखो. Why I am doing this adjustment, I will tell you. Okay, let me run it for all the test cases also, so that I am sure whether this approach is working or not. Now guys, this is just one way of doing this question. There can be other ways also. Okay, I think this is working for all the test cases. Perfect. Now guys, other ways में क्या है? मैप लाइन नंबर 14 को भी हटा दें. लाइन नंबर 14 को हटा, नहीं ये हटा नहीं सकते ना बेटा, क्योंकि ये सारे पॉइंट्स के लिए कैलकुलेट कर रहे हो. देखो ये लूप में हर एक के लिए कैलकुलेट कर रहे हो आप जावेद. ये सिर्फ एक बार नहीं हो रहा है, ये फॉर एवरी बैरियर पॉइंट वी आर एडजस्टिंग. With this input I will show you how we have come about. Let me copy this entire main function and we'll go to the whiteboard. और बेटा ये बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन है, हार्ड लेवल का क्वेश्चन है, तो ये इस पे स्पेंडिंग द टाइम इज वर्थ इट. तो थोड़ा सा स्टार्टिंग के क्वेश्चन जो है तुम्हारे असाइनमेंट में बहुत इजी है, तो आई डिडंट वांट टू स्पेंड द टाइम ऑन दैट. ओके बेटा ये वी डोंट, बिकॉज वी डोंट नीड इट ओनली, वी नीड के. नहीं बेटा, के बैरियर पॉइंट्स हैं, तुम समझ नहीं रहे जावेद. For every barrier point, but we have to do this. Not for only one barrier point. For every point. So k barrier points. So k times we have to take. So let me scroll up. Till this point we will see. Okay. Now let me copy the input also. Jaldi se we'll copy the input also. Now, guys, see. Here what I have taken. We didn't use ARR. We didn't use ARR, right? But अभी इस क्वेश्चन में यूज नहीं हुआ है. हम लोग यूज कर सकते हैं एक्चुअली. मैंने अप्रोच चेंज कर दी थी. यूज कर सकते हैं. मैं तुमको वो भी अप्रोच दिखाना चाहती हूँ अभी. तुम रुक जाओ. ARR को यूज करके भी दिखाएंगे. ARR को यूज करके इसलिए यूज नहीं किया क्योंकि मैं बताती हूँ क्या रीजन था. सोल्यूशन जो है उसके अंदर हम एक मैप क्रिएट करते हैं. अभी हमने मैप तुम्हारे क्लास में कवर किया नहीं है. कलेक्शंस में मैप होता है. तो मैं क्या करती हूँ, उसके अंदर तुम्हारा डिस्टेंस रखती हर बैरियर पॉइंट से. और जब हमने ये यहाँ पे राइट अप डिस्टेंस किया ना, ये सब नहीं करते. फ्रॉम एवरी पॉइंट आई वुड हैव स्टोर्ड दैट डिस्टेंस एंड एट द एंड सारी कीज वैल्यू ऐड कर लेते हैं. इसीलिए ARR यूज किया था. बट सिंस वी हैव नॉट कवर्ड मैप्स इन योर बैच राइट नाउ, तो अभी थोड़ा होल्ड कर दिया, वो हटा दिया. हाँ बट तुम रिमूव कर सकते हो, ये सही है. यू आर राइट. बट अभी एक रेफरेंस समझा देंगे ताकि जब हम आगे मैप्स पढ़े तो तुम इस क्वेश्चन को मैप से भी कर पाओ. बहुत इजी है वो भी, बट एक बार जब पूरा करेंगे तब करना, उसको यूज करेंगे मैप को. Now see guys, what is a maximum? This was a maximum northward distance. This was a maximum eastward distance. So NE करके इनपुट ले लिया था, तो यहाँ पे मैक्सिमम 8 होगा, यहाँ पे भी 8. मतलब इधर तक ही सारे बाउंड्री के अंदर सारा गेम है. Now we are telling that down distance और up distance, left distance, right distance. ये variables क्या है? From every time when we get a barrier, right? इंटरसेक्शन में उसका उस पॉइंट से उसका लेफ्ट अप और डाउन डिस्टेंस, राइट डिस्टेंस कितना है वो कैलकुलेट करने के लिए है. सो फर्स्ट टाइम व्हेन वी डू दिस, दिस इज अवर इंटरसेक्शन. दोबारा से ड्रॉ करना पड़ेगा, 1 सेकेंड. ये है तुम्हारा इंटरसेक्शन 4 3. नाउ टेल मी, फर्स्ट 3 बैरियर पॉइंट्स है, k इक्वल्स टू 3 है. सो फॉर फर्स्ट बैरियर पॉइंट, व्हाट इज द a वैल्यू? 1. व्हाट इज द b वैल्यू? 3. नाउ टेल मी, व्हाट इज द डिस्टेंस, अप डिस्टेंस, राइट डिस्टेंस कितना है इसका इधर से? तो व्हाट वी विल डू, फर्स्ट वी विल चेक. नाउ फ्रॉम दिस बैरियर पॉइंट आवर मेक गोल इज टू कैलकुलेट कि पुलिस को इस बैरियर तक के लिए कितना अप डिस्टेंस है, कितना डाउन डिस्टेंस है. Now when we have divided into 2 cases, sometimes when they are having same x and y coordinate, first we will check if a equals to x, what is a value here? 1. 1 equal to x value is what? इधर x 4 है, y 3 है. Equal to 4, tell me false, so it will not go. Now tell me, is b value क्या है यहाँ पे? 3. 3 equal to y, y value क्या है? 3. Yes, so it will enter. Now that means if they are having this, the left or right distance होगा. So what is left? Now how do we get whether left distance होगा या right distance होगा? That determine whether that barrier point is towards the left of the intersection or right. How can we calculate that? If the barrier point's coordinate x is less than the coordinate of this, then left distance पे calculate होगा कि नहीं होगा कि a is before x, yes or no? अब समझ में आया ये क्यों कंडीशन लिखा है a less than x? Tell me guys, a less than x, ये right distance की तरफ calculate होगा या left distance की तरफ? सी बेटा बैरियर अगर इंटरसेक्शन यहाँ पे है तो पॉइंट यहाँ पे भी हो सकता है, मैं हाईलाइट करके दिखाती हूँ, ये यहाँ पे भी हो सकता है, यहाँ पे भी हो सकता है, यहाँ पे भी हो सकता है कि राइट डिस्टेंस राइट की तरफ है या लेफ्ट की तरफ है। तो बेटा अगर जो बैरियर का कोऑर्डिनेट है 1 वो इंटरसेक्शन के कोऑर्डिनेट से छोटा है एक्स कोऑर्डिनेट, तो वो लेफ्ट डिस्टेंस लेफ्ट की तरफ होगा, तो मतलब पुलिसमैन को लेफ्ट साइड जाना पड़ेगा चेक करने के लिए। तो इधर ये क्या लिख दिया हमने, लेफ्ट डिस्टेंस इक्वल्स टू a+1। नाउ टेल मी व्हाई वी हैव डन a+1, why only a+1? बिकॉज कोऑर्डिनेट 0 से स्टार्ट होते हैं। तो यहाँ पे a की वैल्यू क्या है? टेल मी व्हाट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ a? 1। what it will be? Left distance will be 1 + 1 2। yes or no? बच्चे ये समझ में आया? ओके। नाउ दूसरे बैरियर पॉइंट के लिए कैलकुलेट करते हैं। अब क्या बैरियर पॉइंट हो गया, यहाँ पे इसका x कोऑर्डिनेट है 4 और b कोऑर्डिनेट है 6। नाउ वी विल चेक अगेन, इज 4 इक्वल टू 4? यस, सेम है उन दोनों का x कोऑर्डिनेट। तो मतलब 4 और 6 कहाँ पे होगा, कहीं पे ऐसे होगा ये नया वाला बैरियर 4 6। नाउ अभी ये तो इसका मतलब अगर इनका x पॉइंट सेम है तो मतलब या तो इसके ऊपर हो सकता है या नीचे हो सकता है। तो हाउ विल वी कैलकुलेट? इफ द बैरियर पॉइंट्स y इज लेस देन इंटरसेक्शन का y कोऑर्डिनेट और डाउन डिस्टेंस होगा, अदरवाइज अप डिस्टेंस होगा। और क्या फॉर्मूला है? सो वी विल चेक, b इज व्हाट है 6, 6 लेस देन y इज व्हाट है 3। नो, सो अप डिस्टेंस है इसका मतलब। सो व्हाट इज इट, b कितना है यहाँ पे हमारा 6 - 1, तो क्या हो गया 5। ओके ठीक है, तो 5 हो गया अब डिस्टेंस हमारा, और हमारा लेफ्ट डिस्टेंस था 2 अब तक। ओके, नाउ फॉर द नेक्स्ट बैरियर पॉइंट, व्हाट इज इट? लेट्स सी 5 3। नाउ वी चेक 5 इक्वल्स टू 4। नो, नाउ हियर वी कम 3 इक्वल टू 3। यस, एक्स वाई कोऑर्डिनेट सेम है, ड्रॉ कर लेते हैं 5 3। तो मतलब यहाँ कहीं है 5 3, तो मतलब हमारा राइट या लेफ्ट डिस्टेंस होगा। तो विल चेक, ए की वैल्यू क्या है 5 और जो एक्स कोऑर्डिनेट की वैल्यू क्या है 4। नो, सो राइट डिस्टेंस है, तो कितना हो गया 5 - 1, करेक्ट है 5 - 1 4। ठीक है, तो व्हाट इज द टोटल डिस्टेंस नाउ? नाउ हियर व्हाट वी विल डू, राइट डिस्टेंस कितना आया है हमारा 4, लेफ्ट डिस्टेंस कितना आया था 2, अप डिस्टेंस कितना आया था 5, डाउन डिस्टेंस कितना आया था 1 था, इनिशियल वैल्यू वाज 1। सो कितना हो गया 4 - 2 2 प्लस 5 - 1 मतलब 2 + 4 6। तो ये वाले फॉर्मूले से बेटा समझ में आया कि चारों तरफ का डिस्टेंस सब्ट्रैक्ट माइनस करके कर दिया। व्हाट इज द डोनेशन ऑफ a - 1? बेटा जब हमने यहाँ पे, अच्छा श्रीजुल यहाँ पे बेटा वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन। सी बचे, हियर व्हाट वी हैव रिटन द इनिशियल वैल्यू सी, डाउन डिस्टेंस मैक 1 वैल्यू है, अप डिस्टेंस 1 वैल्यू है, लेफ्ट डिस्टेंस 1 वैल्यू है, राइट डिस्टेंस e वैल्यू है। मैक्सिमम बिकॉज क्या कर रहे हैं हम लोग, यहाँ से कोऑर्डिनेट्स पॉइंट कर रहे हैं, यहाँ से ये पूरा ये एरिया में चेक कर रहे हैं, इसीलिए ये चाहते हैं। तो इसीलिए हमने जब भी माइनस करेंगे डिस्टेंस, तो इसलिए प्लस या -1 करेंगे। ऑफसेटिंग कहते हैं इसको। 0 रखोगे तो कहीं पे भी वैल्यू नहीं होगी, क्योंकि क्वेश्चन में दे रखा है हमको हमेशा ऑल द पॉसिबल वैल्यूज विल बी स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम 1 to 2 पॉइंट, ऐसे पॉइंट वाइज वैल्यूज नहीं है। दिस पॉइंट आई विल शो यू इन द क्वेश्चन। see the distance which can travel is in multiples of 1 kilometer 2 kilometer 3 ऐसे, that is why। So tell me guys, is this solution clear? बेटा थोड़ा सा approach different है, थोड़ा different भी और question से. Are you getting like how you can get started with solving these kind of questions? Yes or no? Yes, okay. और भी questions try करेंगे, थोड़ा और logic building होगा. We'll try more questions. Let us go to the other question. This is submitted, right? All the test cases passing, fine. We'll go to 21 question now. Now guys, see, I have taught you once. एक बार खुद से भी try करना और फिर कोई doubt तो बताना. Now here it is given. You let us start this first. This is a clock question, right? But a variety of questions है, just like aptitude would do. Some category of questions will be there. So in every category, you should solve some questions. Here they are telling you will be given a number n that represents whether minute hand correctly is on clock. Your program should return the angle that is formed between minute hand and clock hand. So मतलब अगर suppose if I ask you this, let me draw one clock and let me ask you what is the meaning of question. Tell me what is the, let's say this is the hour hand, छोटा वाला hour hand है, ये minute hand है. What is the angle between them? 90 डिग्री. 12:15 हो रहा है जैसे. 90 डिग्री. यही क्वेश्चन है इसमें, यही एंगल ही फाइंड करना है. और वो कैसे करेंगे? बहुत सिंपल है. सी बोथ द हैंड्स कैन कवर 360 डिग्री टोटल होता है. और हर मिनट के ऊपर वी विल गेट वन मूवमेंट कॉजेज अ डिफ ऑफ 6 डिग्रीज. उतना ही चेक करना है. नाउ फॉर एग्जांपल दे आर गिविंग फर्स्ट सैंपल इनपुट इज 130 एंड फर्स्ट के लिए है 680. तो मतलब क्या करना है बेसिकली, हमें इंटू 6 करना है. टेल मी हाउ इंटू 6 करेंगे तो सही आ जाएगा आंसर. Because let me, if this minute hand can cover 360 degrees, and how many minutes are there in an hour? So 6 degrees. Yes, this is the calculation. तो हम लोग यही output कर देते हैं. Will you be able to submit this question बेटा, or should I write the code? दूसरा question करें? And everyone in the class clear how we are going to do this? लिख ही देते हो, रुक जाओ. Yes, ठीक है. थोड़ा और better question पे time spend करते हैं. तो simple है. See guys, simple questions. I will explain the concept and skip. अगर किसी को doubt है तो पूछ लेना. Hesitate मत करना. But more questions will cover. Here, let us see. I think this is a good question. They are telling, अब ये oops concept पे है. Remember object creation वो सब हमने बहुत पहले किया था, वो ही करेंगे इधर. Create a class named student with string variable name and integer variable roll number. Now you need to perform the below operation. Assign the value of roll number as a given by the user. Assign the name of the user name as given by the user. By creating an object of the class student, finally you have to print the name of the student and roll number. ठीक है, कर लेते हैं create. Let us set to Java. Now here static class code. तो पहले इसके अंदर क्या रखना है? String. ये simple है, कर लेंगे everyone. एक बार कर देती हूँ but everyone will be able to do this. बेटा input लेके सीधे से मैं लिख देती हूँ, no worries. See, कर लेते हैं एक बार अच्छे से. एक कंस्ट्रक्टर बना लेते हैं यहाँ पे. इसके अंदर we should be able to pass the name and roll number. And here you can return, directly you can return new student. What you're telling? name roll number. ठीक है, प्रिंट तो नहीं करना है, नेम आउटपुट प्रिंट. आई डोंट नो वेदर वी हैव टू राइट द प्रिंट स्टेटमेंट और नॉट. एक बार एग्जीक्यूट करके देख लेते हैं, because I have directly returned the object only from here. Let me run it and then confirm and tell. Okay, let's see. Let me submit it for the test cases. See beta, any doubt in this? किसी को भी डाउट है तो पूछ लो बच्चे. क्लियर है? नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पे चले. ओके ओके, कौन सा क्वेश्चन था? 20th था ना वो. ओके, डिशेस. ये थोड़ा देखते हैं क्या है इसमें. Sheldon and Leonard are gone for lunch, but none of them have money, so they decided to wash dishes. In total, they washed tea dishes from n dishes. मतलब total तो n थे, but tea dishes उन लोगों ने clean कर दिया. Are washed by Leonard. Now Leonard wants to know the number of dishes Sheldon washed. Help him find. तो बेटा कितना होगा? Tell me. माइनस ही करना है ना, ये तो बहुत ही इजी है. n माइनस टी रिटर्न करना है. ठीक है, ये तो कर लेना. ये इतने इजी क्वेश्चंस क्यों डाले मैं तुम्हारे लिए? 20th हो गया, 19th हो गया. नंबर डिलेमा ये करते हैं. ठीक है, ये क्वेश्चन में क्या है? वील सी. नोमिता लाइक्स अ नंबर इफ इट इज स्टोर्ड इन अ इंटीजर व्हाइल डोरेमोन लाइक्स इट व्हेन इट इज स्टोर्ड इन अ स्ट्रिंग. योर टास्क इज टू राइट अ कोड सो दैट दे कैन इजीली कन्वर्ट इंटीजर टू स्ट्रिंग और स्ट्रिंग टू एन इंटीजर व्हेनेवर दे वांट. ठीक है, देख लेते हैं. Since this will be a functional program, you don't have to take input, you have to just complete the function. String to integer, integer to string. I think ये अच्छा है. Now they are telling return as integer in string to int, while the integer to this, right? The driver code will print nice job if your code is correct, otherwise wrong number. Okay, see guys, ये थोड़ा देखते हैं. Let me zoom in. See beta, when you are converting any string to integer, you can use integer.parseInt. In JavaScript also you must have seen some functions like this where you are using parse functions. Yes or no? So here you can write like this. So in Java, we have something called integer.parseInt. This will automatically convert, take care of everything here. And from string, for int to string, you can say return string.value of. Like this. ये दो functions है. These you can remember. Let's see if they're working fine or not. Let me give some input. एक थोड़ा और स्पेशल टाइप का इनपुट देते हैं जहां पे आगे 0 0 है दो. लेट्स सी व्हाट दे डू. ये वाला केस हैंडल नहीं किया है, बट लेट मी सबमिट इट फॉर ऑल द टेस्ट केसेस एंड देन लेट्स सी. ओके, ये वाला टेस्ट केसेस वो लोग टेस्ट कर ही नहीं है. इसमें व्हेन दिस काइंड ऑफ इनपुट इज आल्सो देयर, राइट, देन यू हैव टू राइट सम लॉजिक. मतलब फॉर लूप लगा के ट्रंकेट करना होता है 0 0 को. वो नहीं है अभी, आगे शायद है तुम्हारे में वो, तो वो करते हैं हम. ठीक है, व्हाट एल्स आर देयर? हाँ, दिस लव्स दिस पैटर्न. एक पैटर्न क्वेश्चन कर लेते हैं. Sarah loves the pattern, so the time we wish to draw the pattern. एक बार देख लेते हैं. How many of you know how to go about JavaScript में कभी किया है ये pattern printing questions? Don't know, no worries. 3-4 तरह के patterns हैं, समझा देती हूँ अभी. Easy है, कोई difficult नहीं है. अभी कर लेते हैं. This, let's see. See, beta, whenever you are thinking about pattern printing question, it is very important to analyze like what are the counts of each character. So if you analyze this is like In this, how many are there? 4. Sorry, 5 stars are there. What is there? 4. Decrease हो रहा है, right? इधर एक एक्स्ट्रा बना दिया मैंने. Now, what is the row number here? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, matlab, we have to do this 5 times, and every time, how many are numbers of rows are there? That many stars will be printed. So, let's say if there are R rows, or what you get, N is the input. So, first we'll print N minus 1, N minus 2, till the point 1 star is left, right? So, we can write a for loop for this. 2 for loops for this. Let me show you. Here. अरे इसमें n नहीं दे रखा. So we will write for int I equals to 1. Yeah, Vikram, please go ahead and type in the question. When will the other assignments be uploaded? Have you guys, actually I'm not there on your Slack channel, but post कर दो Slack channel पे कि DSA के और assignments नहीं हुए हैं. Automatically unlock हो जाते हैं हर बार. For all the other batches, what happens? Automatically unlocking is there of the assignment. I'm not sure whether the system is working for your DSA batch or not. That is a concept. Like किसी को भी करने की जरूरत नहीं होती, वो automatic unlock हो जाते हैं. मैंने तो बोला है, एक बार और बोल दूंगी मैं. सॉर्टिंग वगैरह का नहीं है. अच्छा, कोई बात नहीं. एक सेकेंड रुक जाओ गाइस. ऐसा बात नहीं है बेटा, तुम लोग का फ्रंट एंड अभी, पहले तुम लोग का फ्रंट एंड कोर्स कंप्लीट करवाना चाह रहे हैं ना, इसीलिए. और बैचेस में यार तुम लोग क्या होता है, कभी कभी कुछ बैचेस में फ्रंट एंड पहले स्टार्ट होता है, कुछ बैचेस में डीएसए पहले स्टार्ट होता है. तो अब जो टॉपिक पहले स्टार्ट हो चुका होता है, एक नॉर्मल फीलिंग होती है कि पहले हम लोग एक पूरा पार्ट कंप्लीट करवा दें, उसके बाद प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग या डीएसए करवाएंगे. या जैसे अगर डीएसए पहले हो गया तो वो बच्चे सोचते हैं कि उनका फ्रंट एंड नहीं हो रहा है. तो ये बस वो हम लोग को ऐसा लगता है, बट ऐसा नहीं है. सारा ही करिकुलम कंप्लीट होगा, क्योंकि एक जो लिस्ट बनी हुई है सिलेबस की, मैं इंस्ट्रक्टर हूँ, कोई और फ्रंट एंड का इंस्ट्रक्टर है, कोई भी है, उसको वो सारे टॉपिक्स कंप्लीट करने ही है तुम्हारे साथ. तो कुछ ऐसे स्किप नहीं होगा. ऐसा नहीं है कि कुछ भी बायस है फोकस पे. नाउ टेल मी गाइस, आई थिंक ये नेस्टेड फॉर लूप्स तुम लोगों ने जावास्क्रिप्ट में भी किया होगा. ये बच्चे, ये समझ में आया बच्चे, ये कैसे किया है? टेल मी गाइस, ये आया? वेरी गुड. तो देखो, और पता है एक और एडवांटेज है गाइस. सिंस यू गाइस हैव डन जावास्क्रिप्ट, यू नो, understanding Java is easier for you. Let's say if I was taking the same topic for any batch who is starting with Java, yeah? तो उनको थोड़ा और टाइम लगता है. तो बेटा यही होता है, जब एक बार एक प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज आप सीख जाते हो तो दूसरी चीजें पिकअप करना इजी हो जाता है. तो यू डोंट थिंक दैट तुम्हारे में डीएसए स्लो चल रहा है या ये वो. बहुत सारी चीजें हैं जो उसमें तुम बहुत फास्ट चल रहे हो. तो ये एक एडवांटेज है इस बैच के साथ. फॉर लूप एक्सप्लेन कर दे? मैं कर देती हूँ अभी एक्सप्लेन. लेट मी क्विकली कॉपी बैक, एक ड्राई रन कर देते हैं. Let me do a dry run here for this. See guys, let us see how this for loop works. एक बार dry run करते हैं. Now when we start this function is getting called. Then initially what will happen? I value will be what? 1. Now when we enter here, j value is what? 5. Now we go here. Now every time when it enters the for loop, this condition would have been checked. I less than equal to 5, yes. J greater than equal to I, yes. Now we go and print 1 star. Now j minus minus j value becomes 4. Now j greater than equal to I, yes. So we print 1 more star, then again minus minus. Now j greater than I, yes. So we print this. Now again value has become 2. Now we check j greater than I, yes. So it enters, we print. Now we check 1. Now we check j greater than I, yes. So we print. Now again it says j minus 0. J greater than I, 0 is greater than 1? No. So this loop stops. Now as soon as this loop is over, this j value is also gone from the memory because it was an internal for loop. 1 second, let me delete this. Now what is, but still we are inside the outer for loop. So I plus plus, I value becomes 2. Remember when this for loop was executed, the line would have changed. The cursor is blinking now in the new line. Now I plus plus, I value become 2. Now we say I less than equal to 5, yes. Now again we enter, we say j loop with 5. Now the condition is j greater than equals to I. So that means till the point j value is greater than equals to 2. So now it will print only 4 stars. Tell me yes or no. 1 less it will print. बेटा ये समझ में आया कि 4 स्टार से क्यों प्रिंट होंगे, क्योंकि यहाँ पे j ग्रेटर देन आई है. तो मतलब j की वैल्यू क्या होगी? 4 3 2 1. जैसे ही 1 होगा इट विल नॉट प्रिंट. सो हाउ मेनी टाइम्स इट प्रिंटेड? 1 2 3 4. सो 4 टाइम्स ऐसे. Now again what will happen? This inner for loop will be over. This line will be changed, and now we will say I value will become what? 3. Now only 3 stars will be printed. Now 2 stars will be printed. Now 1. So जो भी I की वैल्यू है उतना उतना stars print हो जाएगा. Is this clear? Now जिसको चाहिए था. So okay, people asking, so if the pattern was opposite pattern करना है तो बेटा यहाँ कर देते हैं. J equals to 1 से start कर दो और यहाँ पे J less than equal to I कर दो और यहाँ पे J plus plus कर दो. तो अब तुम्हारा straight pyramid print हो जाएगा. Let me show you. See, Rahul, can you see beta? So whatever your condition is, according to that for loop will work. And so basically जो भी pattern print करना है उसके हिसाब से तुम्हें अपना for loop change करनी है condition. Is this clear? Shall we move on to the next question? Okay. Now we were here. ये तो बहुत easy है. Given an integer, your task is to take the input and print it. I don't think this is required. Printing the string ये भी required नहीं है. Now let's start this question number 14. Given a string S, you need to typecast string into long. If typecasting is done successfully, then the will print nice job. ये वो check conversion. Let's see. जैसे for example, we had seen that integer dot parse int, right? Similarly, for long also they have similar thing. It is, but यहाँ पे इन्होंने integer क्यों लिखा हुआ है? ये फंक्शन में int क्यों रिटर्न कर रहा है? ये फंक्शन ही गलत है. ठीक है, देखते हैं. कहाँ पे स्ट्रिंग कर दो इंट इंटू लॉन्ग. यस, ये तो कर देंगे, बट ये ठीक है, देख लेते हैं होता है एग्जीक्यूट की नहीं. ये चलता कैसे? ये अच्छा ये मैंने पहली बार देखा है, ऐसे ऐसे होता नहीं है। हाँ लॉन्ग कर दिया, इसको भी स्मॉल एल कर देते हैं ताकि कोई प्रॉब्लम ना हो। ओके लेट्स सी। पता नहीं एग्जीक्यूट करेगा कि नहीं करेगा, क्योंकि वी हैव चेंज द फंक्शन सिग्नेचर। लेट्स सी। करेगा, बस स्लो क्यों है अचानक से। ओके हो गया। ये तो सबको क्लियर ही होगा, आई डोंट थिंक एनी डाउट विल बी देयर। नेक्स्ट थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चंस ढूंढना ट्राई कर रही हूँ। ओके ये हो गया है। कहाँ थे हम लोग? यहाँ पे स्ट्रिंग कॉन्कैटिनेशन। बहुत टेक द डिफरेंस है। डिफरेंस लेके आउटपुट तो गलत हो जाएगा। एक ही डेटा फॉर्मेट रखना है, डिफरेंस तो कैलकुलेशन ही गलत हो जाएगी। वो क्यों डिफरेंस निकालेंगे, मतलब मैच नहीं करेगा कहीं पे। स्ट्रिंग कॉन्कैटिनेशन ये देख लेते हैं। वेरी सिंपल क्वेश्चन, फटाफट से हो जाएगा। See guys, two strings are given. They are very easy. You can just say return str1 plus